do you conduct world-class market research? How do you figure out who your competitors are? How do you understand how to price your product? That is what I'm going to teach you guys how to do in this video. I'm going to teach you the strategies to get that information as fast as freaking possible, because in my world, speed is everything. You know, when I was starting my company, Clarity, it was a marketplace for entrepreneurs to get expert advice over the phone. And every time I would share it with somebody that kind of knew this space or were in the startup world, they'd always mention this guy, Carl Jacobs' name. So eventually I emailed him. I was like, hey, Carl, every time I share my idea with investors or other entrepreneurs, your name keeps coming up. Do you have a few minutes to chat? And I got to tell you, that first meeting was probably the most informational, jammed-packed 15 minutes of the whole time I was building Clarity. Because Carl had already built a company back in the late 90s, early 2000s that did something similar for a different market segment using a totally different technology stack. And he had the experience. He understood the competitors. He understood who were people today that were doing it, because again, his name kept coming up. So anybody that had tried something similar, they also went to Carl. So after I showed it to him, the cool part was Carl eventually became a formal advisor to Clarity. But I share that with you because it really showed me a faster, better way to conduct market research. And in this video, I'm going to share with you 3 other ones that are world-class, that'll really take things to the next level for you. The first one is leveraging university students. I don't understand why every business doesn't use this. There are MBAs, business, there's marketing students, and all of them need real world experience. So that's where you come in. If you approach the professor at the university, and you can just go online and figure out who that is, and just say, hey, I'd love to give a project for your students to do. I'm working on this new business idea, or even a new maybe strategy or a specific segment of the market you're currently in. I want to give them a project that they can work on, and obviously whoever does the best one, maybe there's an opportunity to hire them, maybe there's an opportunity for me to be a good reference for them. But leveraging university students to get real great market research, you gotta understand, they were taught how to do this. For most entrepreneurs I know out there, I was never taught how to do it. I'd rather find people that are professionals that have the supervision of professors that are world-class to really get that information that you need to grow your business. So the first one is leveraging colleges, universities to get the students to do the work for you. The second one is actually hiring people online. There are sites like Upwork.com, you know, it used to be Elance, where you can go search for, there's a category called market research, data research, marketing, and hire people for $5 an hour that have done this for hundreds of other companies to go and spend tens of hours researching the different competitors, the pricing models they've used, the way they position the product, and then gather all that information into one document for you to understand on how to understand your market in your startup. I think that is probably the fastest way. It's something I use almost on a monthly basis, is just hiring somebody to do research for you so that you can go and work on things that are uniquely qualified for you to do from a productivity point. It's amazing, it's fast, and it's information rich. The third one, which is kind of why I told you the Carl Jacobs story, is finding founders that have failed before, or in this case, founders that have actually been successful. I mean, Carl eventually sold that company to AT&T for hundreds of millions of dollars. And the reason why that's awesome is those founders, if it's a few years removed from the time they tried the company and it failed, they're going to be more than open on everything they've tried. They're going to tell you who are some of the competitors at the time, who they think the competition is today, what was their vision, what was their roadmap, how is the strategy laid out, and then they'll also maybe tell you about other people you could potentially hire, or other companies they've seen now recently that are kind of in the space that could eventually pivot into your market. To me, going to founders that have been successful or failed in that space prior is a wealth of information. And those are the 3 strategies I want to share with you guys. 1, leverage your local universities, colleges. Give those students real-world projects so they can come out and actually be super valuable to companies instead of just studying a bunch of stuff in a book. Second is making sure that you use these online resources like an Upwork to hire people wherever they are, from Europe, from North America, that have the experience to do this hundreds of times a month for other companies, and let them do it for your company. And then the third is to find a founder that has failed or succeeded in that business so you can really learn from them the fastest way. And again, the coolest part is they may introduce you to other talent, to partnerships, etc. So those are the 3 ways for you to go from no knowledge to knowing everything about your market for your startup. So if you feel this video is useful, I'd love for you to share it with somebody that needs to hear it. As per usual, please like and leave your questions below in a comment. And I want to challenge you to live a bigger life and a bigger business. And I'll see you next Monday.